Well, hello everyone. Greetings and good afternoon. I hope you're doing all right. Hello, Eli. I see you over there on YouTube, Black Claw. How you doing? Man, I mean, I'm not expecting gangbuster views right at the start. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Guess what? You guys get to see something fresh and new. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Okay, so what's that reaction, Black Claw? Is there something wrong? Nice shirt. Oh, it's not the shirt. I promise. It's like the shirt is nice, but that's not new. Like I've had this shirt for ages, years even. Ooh la la. Ooh, hey, look at that. Cortex just resubscribed. 42 months on a well, just 42 months. Hello, Senor Strife. It feels like a late start, but I hear streaking. But I be here streaking my streak away, and the chem feels better. Geez, Cortex, you spotted it. You spotted it right quick. Blackout curtains? No, it's the camera. Cortex spotted it. It's the camera. If you look, things are smoother. Everything is a better resolution. The movement is much more smooth, etc. It's a new camera. So let me see if I can show this to you. So okay. This is awkwardly placed on my desk here. This is the old camera that I was using, okay? It was a pretty basic, camera. Um basic webcam that became extremely common during the pandemic. I had it long before the pandemic. But to give you an idea of the size difference of what I was using, this thing, and what I'm using now, because, I can't show you the camera, that's the size difference between the old and the new camera. There's a huge difference between the two. The primary difference being that this thing can capture 4K if I need it to. I don't stream at 4K, so I'm not using it in that capacity, but I have a new camera. It's chunky. Yeah, it's because it's got an active cooling fan in there, so it doesn't overheat on me or anything. If I choose to capture at 4K anyway. But that's the big thing. The other major factor is that this camera was made using pretty basic technology, standard technology, where it's like this captures the camera and it does some amount of encoding before sending it to the computer. The new camera captures raw video, sends it to the computer, and lets the computer do the encoding entirely. That's one of the reasons why the video is so much more crisp. It's sending a much more raw feed directly to the computer to work with, rather than something that's been semi-compressed or whatever so far. I'm pretty happy with the immediately visible result. If you haven't noticed, the aperture is different too. Previously, the camera would basically cut off somewhere here, because that sign behind me was also you are also zoomed out. Twitch disconnected me from chat. Oh dear. Jeez, Twitch has got its problems, man. Twitch has got its problems. But it's not so much the zoomed out feature as much as it is the aperture is different. I don't know what the difference in aperture is, but I do know that that's the primary thing. I think that there might be some capacity to control the aperture on this camera, or the zoom, if there is any on there. I do not have software downloaded to do that. I just need a basic webcam. I do not need zoom on it for what its purposes are. But it's a wider angle, to be certain. You can see far more of my office, and that means I've opened up additional wall space to decorate behind me. And maybe it means that, some of the stuff behind me can move. Maybe I can, shift things around on my wall, so like my big old noggin isn't blocking Nuka Girl back here all the time. And the one major downside is that if I drag you guys closer like this, I can't tilt the camera up any further. This is as tilted up as it gets. I need to buy a new stand to set this thing on. But for the time being, this does the job. I mean, I can... Yep, that's as far back as it goes. Many mistypes today. Yes, many mistypes. Today is National Corgi Day, Peanut Butter Lovers Day, National Pig Day, and National Wedding Planning Day. Man, now there's something that Tev and I have got to freaking get sorted out. Wedding plans. Ugh. Where on earth does this cord go? Ah. All right. So, have you checked out Soulfriend? Oh my God. I'm going to be honest, Eli. No, I have not. I've been busy so much this entire... The stuff that I have immediately on my list to try and focus on, I have hardly enough time to get to it. I want to say to you, do not feel like you need to wait for me or something like that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around to it. I completely forgot about it. Golly. Okay. Let's go ahead and spindle this thing up. Are you going to have a Minecraft-themed wedding? Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Okay, come on. Wind. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, there we go. So, let us thank the Logitech webcam that was used for probably a decade on this stream, because, you know, it did really, really good work. And now may we send it off to the fires of the leftover tech box that I have sitting behind me. Similar to what my father did with old leftover tech that he would stash in a drawer that I would raid every once in a while when I needed some sort of cable to connect something to the TV. I can post the game codes on Discord or do first come first serve thing or give them to Tev to hold on to. I don't know, Cooler. Like, I legit don't know, because they're your codes to distribute. I don't know how Tev would feel about the distribution happening on her server, because it is her server, not mine. So I don't really have an answer, mostly because I've been so overloaded with so many things lately that I haven't had any thought process dedicated to this. So it makes it a little bit awkward here, but hello, Cooler. How you doing? Hello, Chad and William. I did enjoy a glass of whiskey this afternoon. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. You enjoy your whiskey. Also, we've got something else on stream. The wonders of the fresh camera. I've got a package that I gotta open, but I'm fairly certain that this package came from a viewer named Mulder. If Mulder shows up, I will open it. That's my intention. That's my intention. I will open le package if Le Mulder shows up. Yes, there's been some updates to the throne as well. I put two new things up at the top of the throne wish list that will never be bought, but I was challenged to put them on there. I think I was challenged to put that stuff on the wish list after... Was it a stream last week, or was it whenever I was streaming with Tev? I think I was challenged to do it whenever I was streaming like a week or two ago. Was trying to salute. No, I get you. I get you, Black Claw. Okay, chat. You know what? I can sit here. I could sit here and jaw at you all day long. I really could. Chatting streams are fun. Chatting streams are legitimately fun. But I feel like actually getting a playlist going here is the right move. What if we started with menu music and then we switched? Yeah, let's start right here. We'll see whether or not that music ever gets loud enough to be heard. Okay, and I'm gonna hop on the server. I've got a lot to do. I have so much left to do. Okay, cool. It's working. Okay, so we're back in Midcrest. I need to stash all of my equipment again because it's time to head back into the Nether. I've been, you know, I've been touch and go on the server for most of the week. 1, 2. Go ahead and stash my tools like so. Cool. Okay, so I stashed all of that stuff. The things left in my inventory can come with me into the Nether. Hello, Santa5. How you doing? Greetings. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it kind of feels accurate of a statement to make there. Like last time on Dragon Ball. Like that whole, oh, like we need to recap what happened because nothing actually happened last stream. People just stand around and talk and don't actually advance the plot. The dreaded filler arc. Blah, 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 blah. Where did Fish Boyfriend go? He was covered. He was covered, Basilis, by the New California Republic. He was imperialized, I guess. Gonna BRB, make some nachos. So, chat, different topic. Different topic. Oh, hello, Mal. Greetings. Welcome. Welcome back. Hope you're doing okay, man. All of that responsibility that you had to handle last week. I wish you the best. Where was my... Yeah, my stuff is left over in here. Okay, so... That's 1, 2, 3, and then we put that there, equip that. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. I do be breathing. Sometimes that's all you can hope for, man. I always thought Dragon Ball Z was just animated bodybuilders screaming. There was a plot to Dragon Ball Z. It didn't get popular just because of the power-ups. It became known because of the never-ending filler arcs where the animated series caught up to the manga and they had to basically play for time. The only way to drink whiskey is pure. Woof. That's a hell of a way to do it. Okay, I need... Golly, I have a lot of drainage. I didn't have drainage before streaming. I just had a whole bunch of drainage the minute that I started talking, and everything started to knock loose in the back of my throat. That's the best part. Do I have spare torches? Yeah, I've got spare torches in here. Okay, so what I need to do today is go into the nether and figure out the... These stupid freaking enders. What I need to do today is go into the nether and figure out spacing for some stuff. Because basically, the way that it works is that powered rails need to be placed 10 blocks apart. But once you start moving in a diagonal fashion, they have to be placed 20 blocks apart. You move twice as fast whenever you're going down a diagonal section. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. The problem is that you cannot make a powered rail curve, so it has to be on a straight section, which means that you can't dig in a perfectly diagonal tunnel. You have to dig. You have to dig diagonal, extend 1 block more, and then start doing diagonal again after you have 1 space for a straight rail to go in. It's awkward and painful to do. I've done it so many times in the overworld. I hate it with a passion, which is the reason why diagonal sections that have to be built into the track, they're basically built all in 1 strip. They don't start and stop. So that's what's going to happen here. This is going to be the only section of diagonal strip in any of the nether rail line. And I have to figure this out because the nether rail line is beneath where I'm standing. That's where it goes. This is the normal, like, hey, beat your feet and walk down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so awkwardly enough, this is going to take anywhere between... It's going to take at least 2, maybe even 3. Because part of the problem is the fact that how I do this with the tunnels is influenced by where the boosting strips hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 4-block buffer. This is the one that's already been dug. You know, this is the tunnel that's finished. You know, I could lay the rail line in here right now, except I just haven't yet for no good reason. This is where things get weird. So, like, the wall ends 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is the first boosting strip. So I want to repeat that. I want it to be same on all 4 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the first boosting strip happens there. And I got to do that again here as well. The problem is that I haven't... I mean, do I have any... I don't have storage over here. I need to go back up and grab storage. I'm gonna need netherrack to do this, at the very least. And I want the blocks that I build each direction out, the blocks that I use to build and decorate each tunnel, I want to be different. So it's like this one, it's all drab normal stone from the overworld. That's fine. I basically want every tunnel to be drab normal stone. I want it to be materials from the overworld, specifically materials that can't burn. But anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that would be 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can get away with this. One of the reasons I haven't finished, why I haven't paved the tunnel above is because I wanted to make certain... I want to match the spacing of the tunnel above to the spacing of the tunnel below. It's an easier method. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then... Okay, so this last one is 11. Okay, so that being the case, I'm gonna hop up and I'm gonna figure out what I've got, what I'm working on here, what I'm working with, because I wanted to figure out where the first block of turn is for this tunnel upstairs. I'm probably overcomplicating that. Also have a Monsty Honey, so the world does not exist today. I have a very important question for you on that topic, Mal. I've heard some complaints. Where the hell? What the? There it is. Okay, so this has me going way further in. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so I could just start turning for the on the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. If I do it from there, I'll definitely have to bridge over this. What specifically? I've heard stories about the stability of the game. You know, I'm not here to judge or anything. I'm just curious. Like, has that been an issue for you? Was it as big of a problem for you as I've heard it being for other people? All right, let's go back down and let's check some things out. All right, so I could make it work. This is close enough. I could totally make it work by curving the road right here. So far, it's been okay, though there have been some graphics loading issues on the start. You know, the way that game development works these days, I never expect anything to actually function perfect and out of the box. I am so utterly and completely not. Hello, Trebucket. How you doing? Greetings. Oh my god, that emote. Oh my god. Trebucket. What am I saying? Trebuchet, Mr. Trebuchet. God. I had a friend in high school who did not know what a trebuchet was, and he played Age of Empires 2, and we were talking about it, and he was talking about producing trebuckets to siege the enemy, and I was like, what are you talking about? And he had to explain what the unit was. And I was like, you mean trebuchets? And he's like, what do you mean trebuchet? I was like, it's a French word. That's how it said, trebuchet. And he was like, I've never heard of that before. It was one of those things, you know? Just, it cracked me up so bad. Oh, my word. Language. Okay, so if I start curving it right here, I should start curving it right away. So that means let's go grab a bit more cobblestone to fix this up. Try bucket. I mean, It says something that that word is that level of it says something that that word is so embedded in my brain pan that I misread trebuchet's trebucket. Like that it is seared into my mind. I will never forget this word. I have been thinking about jumping into the series, but I'm uncertain of how grindy it can be. The grind is the point. That's a huge part of Monster Hunter. It's the fact that you're gonna be grinding. Like I think the thing that broke me with Monster Hunter Worlds way back when was the fact that was it Worlds or World? I don't remember. I think the thing that broke me with Monster Hunter World back in the day was the fact that it was just so rude about you play through the main story and then basically once the main story was done, then the normal version of like actual Monster Hunter started, where it was like, yeah, like you get piddly versions of all your armor, and then you beat the game and like the real serious armor that you can build. That's when that starts happening. So, hello, Dave. How you doing? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna have to rip some of this stuff out, but I'm not gonna. I'll come back and do that later. So. Okay, you're looking good. Yeah. Oh, you're looking good. Cool. Gonna have to run back and make more pickaxes in no time. Me good. Vesper is at a sleepover tonight, so I'm excited to go out and see a movie without a G rating. My God, the G. You said G, and I thought, motherfucker. I didn't think G rating. I saw G and thought string immediately afterwards. Prick. My immediate second thought was, Dave isn't that racy. What the fuck? Oh, wait. Okay, so I want a 2-block buffer on each one. Why are you like this? Because I am who I am. Do not judge me. I don't mind a grind once in a while, but if it's something that requires an amount of time, effort, I just can't give into it. That's a freaking mood. You don't have time for stuff always. Such is adulthood. Okay, we're getting up to the point where I'm gonna have to start, like, actually being careful about where I'm mining now. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alright. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Right, I gotta do 20. It's 20 whenever you're on a diagonal. So. I haven't had any issues recently, but I did have, I die in my survival world the other day. Damn drown got me with a trident. Oh! Trebuchets are the superior siege machines. That piglin is wanting you to hit him. I know, man. Piglins in this game are freaking rude. All right. Let us... It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, so I think that I've placed all of the torches that I have to. Let's go ahead and expand the tunnel the rest of the way. I'm going to cheapen out on the tunnel for the time being because I don't have enough durability in my pick to dig the whole thing right now. There we go. Okay, so just double count this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, cool. So that means we... freaking piglin. Do it like that. Motherfucker. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. I got sticks. I got cobble. I can handle this. I'm annoyed by it, but I can handle it. Alright. So then you come up. 2 of them. Right. Alright, cool. Why are you like this? Also, Will, I go to drag shows. I assure you I'm used to seeing naked people at a show. I don't believe in naked people. Mr. Trebuchet, you are missing out. You are utterly missing out on the fun of life by not seeing people naked. Right, so, you know what? Let's mark the track with that instead of cobblestone, because I just used, netherrack back here because it's a contrasting material. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Cool. So that means we're just going to go ahead and put torches on these spots. Pick all of these back up. So, over the week, I fell down the rabbit hole of watching the Arcane animated series. Specifically the 2nd season, because I watched the 1st season when it came out. Man! That's some good stuff. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. If I'm not mistaken, this should be 20, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Ah! This should be 20. Shall I summon the gallery? The gallery is there for viewing pleasure of anyone who wishes to learn about it. As a reminder, we're still working on our goal of releasing the next picture. There are 2 more pictures to release before I get around to taking more photographs. We are at 5 of 100. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, so that means this extends backward by 1 full. Cool. What sort of gallery is this? Please tell me we're not talking about naked people anymore. Oh, no, it's not naked. It's just nearly naked, and it's pictures of me. It's available for viewing if you are interested. You don't seem particularly interested. I advise that if you don't want to see that type of thing, a man wearing lingerie, if you will, I would advise that you don't click any sort of a link that shows up involving my galleries. So it's there for viewing at leisure, not necessarily anything more than that. Thanks for the heads up. That's no problem. Just want to make certain that people are comfortable. You know what I should really do? I should really take the time to tour. Well, there's a link that you can click. It's like a half-hour video explaining the history behind this Minecraft server I'm working on. Nothing untoward there. Okay, let's check the coordinates here. I need to figure out what the middle block of the highway is. Okay, so it's negative 21 on the x-axis. Whoops. Ah. Negative 21 on the x. Making only strifes? I could. I mean, I will be entirely honest. There is basically the only thing stopping me from doing that is me at this point. You know what? I'm gonna get some of this netherrack out of my inventory since I don't need this here. After having watched the new season of Arcane, though, I totally understand why there are people who are discontented with it. It really did, like, feel like they were jamming the fast forward button on everything for that, for the second season because they realized they didn't have enough time to develop just about everything that they wanted to do since they weren't going to get a third season. Bit of a shame, really. What on earth? Printer spaghettied. Pasta that. Copy this. Oh my god. Why no third season? Because it was an abject financial failure. It, like, Arcane is amazing on all of the important notes for making a good production that is beautiful, that is well written, that is compelling, and it is an abject failure for it's an abject failure for financial reasons. So, found the perfect song for you. Really? I heard that, and the Cyberpunk show was actually good. Well, that's just it. Like, I don't know when they greenlit the show Arcane, but the idea was that If you publish a show, you drum up sales for the software that preceded it. Okay? That was the marketing strategy behind Cyberpunk Edgerunners. So... Oh, hey, what do you know? Okay, so this is block 21 right here. So we reorient around this spot. So that's one, that's 2, 3, 4. I knew that this was gonna come. Ugh. Did I miss Judge again? Looks like this is the middle block. Okay, yeah, so this is the middle block right here. So I've got cobblestone here. But Cyberpunk Edgerunners was a marketing strategy to try and drum up interest in Cyberpunk 2077, which was already out on the market. That was the entire intention behind it, and it was successful. Like, the show drummed up enough interest in the game to boost sale numbers that it was a financially viable marketing tactic. Also, the show itself didn't cost an insane amount of money to produce. Arcane was trying to do the same thing for League of Legends, and it did not succeed at it. So the first season was received wildly well. Like, people were extremely excited about it. It's an incredible, well-written, beautiful piece of work, but it did not drum up interest in the game League of Legends. I think a big part of that is the amazing story that you get in the show. Arcane has nothing to do with an online, it doesn't have anything to do with a MOBA, a MOBA that has a infamous community. So anyone expert here on PC motherboard VGA light? Oh man, lights inside of your computer is like something that I actively avoid because I don't like it. So that's 1, 2, 3. All right, I want to be absolutely certain that I'm doing this right. Yeah, I am smack in the middle of it. Okay, so the new task is to just get this all the way across. And I'm gonna have to go back and grab more cobblestone to finish this job up. But let's get the first bit of the bridge in, yeah? Gonna be doing that for a long time. Let's actually get the real section of the bridge in first, I guess. Do I have enough to finish this? Oh, just barely enough to finish this side of the bridge. Okay. Okay. With that being the case, Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, that's the center, so... Okay, we'll run back, and we'll grab some more cobble to finish off that bridge. You bought a new, stronger PC a week ago. Arrived on Friday, and I booted it up with the light on. Turns out that the GPU, or shipping company, or my PC build company, don't understand a 2 kg GPU will sag without proper support to hold it connected to the mother. Oh no! A 2 kilogram GPU will sag without proper. My God! Oh, that's not good. That is not good. That's very bad. Oh my God, you have GPU sag. Like, there's a significant need for there to be some new thought around how your desktop computer is, like, shaped. Frankly, do you remember... Does anybody remember when computers didn't sit stacked, they sat flat? I remember that whenever you would set the monitor on top of the computer tower because you put it down wide. It kind of feels like you need to do that with your computer tower these days, with the size of the GPU. It's like, no, it'll totally, it's gonna fare way better if you just put the GPU into the, it's gonna fare better if the GPU is just sitting directly down into the slot and gravity's holding it there, you know? In ye old ancient times, my PC is flat. Is it meant to be directly under your road? Yes, it is. That was an idea. Walmart computers. Yeah, you need to buy pillars for your GPU to keep it seated right nowadays, which is really not necessary. Like, there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. You can use an empty slot in your computer to, like, reinforce it. Or you can do what I did, which was to buy a literal stand-up arm to just prop up the opposite corner. Hey, Ratchet. Do you want your kibble? There you go. If I remove the support, the light turns on and I get no connection to my monitors, so I'm shipping it back and they have to repair it. Oh my God. Jeez, I am so sorry for what you're dealing with. You are describing some bullshit. Alright. Like, I'm working on the line. I should really be working on, like, finishing up the station. It's so ugly still. Freaking cat, man. I have sniffed at my food long enough, and now I am going to walk away so the other cat in the house may gorge himself on the food, lest my human servant actually put it away in time. I love my cat, I really do, but he's still a fucking cat. I hope so too. If it, I've done some shit on it. I hope it doesn't void warranty. Computer trouble is the worst, and it's incredibly frustrating. Yeah. Extrema, like, you do what you've got to do. I am not criticizing the way that you acquired your computer, but what you are describing is the exact reason why I have never bought a boxed computer, because I remember those problems back in the day. Whoa! You get to see the boy on the fresh camera now. Man, you can see so much more detail in him. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. Hello, Magma Carp. Greetings. I didn't realize that you were here until just now. Oh my god, you're putting your claws into my hand so badly. I want to build one, but I'm not really competent enough to understand what goes where. Cars are what I understand, not this PC mumbo jumbo. Wait, new camera? Yes, yes. This is a new webcam that I'm using. There's a reason why things look, assuming that you're running at like the full resolution that the stream is running at, why things look cleaner, why movement of my hand is more smooth, etc. So, oh, he purring. Oh my god, you're gonna freaking put a hole in my finger here, bud. You wanna sniff my desk? He's gotta do some cat scan of the stuff on my desk. He's not allowed on my desk, so sorry for ranting. No, I get it, Extrema. You enjoying yourself there? Are you gonna get off, or are you gonna like resettle? Ratchet is doing a cat scan. If cats are sniffing something, that's a cat scan. You know, that's the official way you describe it. Watch a bunch of Linus Tech Tip vids. That's how I built my first one without issues. Yeah, he's great. It's also a question of time with the baby and work. Trucker, it's a miracle I get free time. Wow. Yeah. Like, just... Work is an entirely separate topic, but man, being a parent... Oh boy. Being a father or a mom or something like that... #1 way to lose all of your time. Kids are a full-time job, which sucks because you gotta have a full-time job to pay for the kids as well. Oh, wee. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wee. Allergy season has begun for me. Whew. I know whenever this stuff is starting to happen because I feel an intense burning sensation in the back of my throat, in my ears, and in my nose. All at the same time. That's what's happening right now. I feel like I need to reach into my head and start scratching. And it is horrible. All right, so the basic tunnel is done. Let's now what I have to do is figure out how I'm gonna let's come back. Come back and grab up all of these dossiers. Gonna need all of these. I'm not gonna keep going forward because going forward, it's gonna be a little bit awkward. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix up this section of the access point here. And what I know is that it's got to be 2 blocks buffer from each of those torches. So this is where I start ripping out stone. Cool. That's looking right. That's looking good. Hello, Legacy Gaming. How you doing? Greetings. Welcome to the stream. Is this Java? Yes, this is Java. I don't think I've ever started up Bedrock. I know that Microsoft gave away Bedrock to everyone at some point. It's like, yeah, if you have Bedrock, then you get Java. If you have Java, then you get Bedrock. Or was it only getting Bedrock if you already have Java? I don't remember. No, this is Patrick. God. Suggest a mod for future streams or later tonight. This is a decade-long vanilla server that I'm building on, so you can suggest what you want. It won't actually mean that it's going to happen. I made that really awkward there. What is the mod? What is the mod? I'm curious. Compatibility with the next forward version of Minecraft is the entire point and purpose of this particular world I'm working on. I play Bedrock so I can play with my partner who plays on their Switch. And like, I can respect that. I can absolutely respect that. If you play Bedrock on PC, you can play on a Realm server with your with somebody else in the house or on the other side of the world or whatever, you know? Boy, there's something I haven't thought of in a long time. A Curse Forge mod. What do we got here? Gravestone Hero Time, a Palladium add-on. An add-on for Palladium that utilizes our core and it's based on the show Ben 10. Adding the Omnitrix into Minecraft. As of right now, there is only one prototype Omnitrix. There will be 100%. There will 100% be way more added in the future. I implore you to read the wiki, or at least watch a video on it, because the Omnitrix obtainment can be a bit tricky. Oh, interesting. Okay. Continuing on. You know what? Let's get at least a little bit of extra light in here. Ben 10. Now there's a cartoon way after my time. Like, I was so far out of cartoons by the time Ben 10 became a thing. Which is kind of wild because I remember it. I remember entertaining people who also would watch Ben 10. I've been doing this for so long. It's my childhood. I mean, something is someone's childhood. That's something that I've learned, you know, with time. Of doing this for as long as I have. It's the fact that, like, yeah, it's whether you enjoyed it or not, there's something out there that's always someone's childhood, and you don't want to step on that, you know? Don't go stepping on people's childhood, because that's a great way to, like, get people angry and maybe chase them away from watching you or something. I've never done anything like I've never stepped on anyone's childhood, but I've watched a lot of people do it, so. You had phones with... I'm only 23. You had phones with wires or something? Those days sound weird. Adventure Time, regular show, Amazing World of Gumball were cartoons I grew up with. I got a lot of reaction gifs and whatnot from Gumball. The show, like, reaction gifs from the show Gumball were very common for me. And I just remember in general being a bit bewildered whenever I was constantly seeing imagery from the show Gumball. I didn't even know what it was. I had to learn what Gumball was because people kept using reaction gifs. You know, back in the day, whenever I had a Discord server and I tried to do community management, oh boy, won't do that anymore, but all right, I've taken my old man meds. Never used an old Nokia to play Snake? Oh, man. I never had an old Nokia to play Snake. My first cell phone... Like, I never got a cell phone as a kid. I had to buy one as an adult. I remember begging for cell phones, but my parents were not on board with the concept of cell phones in general. They didn't trust them. Not necessarily because of some ridiculous harebrained conspiracy theory, just Why the hell would you need a cell phone? There's a perfectly good phone working at home. There's one at the office. There are payphones everywhere. Why would you need to pay daily for a cell phone? That was my mom and dad's opinion on it. So they never got cell phones. The only cell phone that was ever owned by my parents was my dad. And it was because his job required that he had a cell phone. Okay? Because they had to be able to reach him at all hours. And I remember there being discussions within my household about like when it became increasingly common for people to just have their cell phones and not have a landline in the house. The one enormous benefit to the old phones, not the modern landline phones, because you can still get a landline in your house. One of the benefits of getting a real, true, blue, old school landline in your house, because my dad worked for the phone company, is that all the power can go out and that phone will still work. If you get an upgraded or new landline in your house, it'll have like a 10-hour lifespan because it's based off of battery backup. But the true old landline phones, it is legal. It's still written in the law that the phone company legally has to have those landlines operating during power outages, which means that all of the substations around a city that service those really old landlines have generator backups. And that was part of what my dad did. He worked for the phone company and he was part of that backup system, making certain that that reliable infrastructure would kick on. And whenever shit hit the fan outside, you know, like we got ice storms or something like that, he was like, I'm gonna go get some sleep, because he knew that his phone would go off and the phone company would be like, yep, you're on call. Gotta go maintain those substations in the middle of the power outages. And that's what I remember him doing for years before his retirement. So like that was one of the benefits of the super old landlines. If you can still even get those, I doubt that the phone company would like license those out still, but that was the benefit of that old system. That actually happened at my great grandma's house. Powerful storm rolled through her area. Tree knocked the power out. Only way to reach family was by the old landline. Yep, there you go, Black Claw. And that's the reason why. That's the reason. This was before solar was more common. Well, okay, I cannot stress enough how far back in time these laws were put in place. We're talking going back to like the 1940s. We're talking World War II era. We got to have this shit in place and it cannot break. If something breaks, we need a backup system to make certain that it's the concept of redundancy, okay? And there's a certain amount of I'm not interested in getting political on this stream, but I will make a small note that what's happening with like government efficiency right now is basically saying, why on earth do you have first, second, and third line methods of making certain that something doesn't fail? You just need the one, because a lot of corporate America, and there are people in the current administration who are very corporate driven, most of corporate America these days is not interested in redundancy because that costs money. It's better if it's all skeleton crew. You have something that's working. If it breaks, call somebody in to get it fixed as fast as possible. No redundancy, no redundancy. You have one thread that works, and when the thread snaps, patch it as fast as you can. Don't have like a backup thread. Don't have like 2 or 3 different lanes of ways for it to manage something. Just have the one single method, and if it breaks, call people in and spend stupid amounts, because for whatever reason, the concept of efficiency is directly opposed to the concept of resilience, longevity, and redundancy. The concept of redundancy is pretty simple. When something breaks, people will come in and fix it, but until that fix goes into place, the redundant parts of the system will pick up the difference. So There's just not a lot of appetite for that these days, and the hows and the whys of it are not something I'm interested in discussing, but that's a big part of the reason why the old phone lines ended up working as well as they did, was because they had backups, they had redundancy, and it was required by law. And a lot of that was built up for one very plain and simple reason. The systems of yesteryear that society was built around, like the old landline systems, they were built for wartime. They were built for wartime. You cannot say, hey, the thread snapped and our communication system just stopped working. Don't worry, it'll come back on in the middle of a war. You can't do that. You need those lines of communication operational all the time during conflict. It is critical. That's the reason why the redundancies were built in. It's because most of that infrastructure was put in place during World War II. And concerns about attacks on the homeland and stuff like that. So, and that carried through the Cold War, straight up through the early 90s. So, but we haven't been in a global full war conflict for 100 years now, well, close to 100 years. 1941, December 7th was the start of World War II. So, it's been a long time, and there's been a lot of opportunity to just basically say, yeah, we don't need that anymore because the world has changed. And I'm certain that it'll probably, things wax and wane, it'll probably go back towards redundancy at some point. Hopefully not because of war, but if nothing else, that will probably encourage it to actually happen. But we still have rotary phones in my house. They won't dial on our new phone line, though, so you have to dial on a push-button phone, but you can answer and talk on the old ones. My God. That is... I did not know that detail, that the new implementation... Because I remember the phone company trying to switch my parents over to the battery backup system, where there's a battery installed on your house to allow the phone line to work in the event of a power outage, which is the alternative to having a generator at a substation. And my mom and dad were just absolutely against it. I did not know that newer system has... I did not know that newer system had a conflict with the old rotary phones, which I've watched videos of grandparents at this point being like, kid, if you could figure out how to dial on this little contraption here, I'll give you $100, So one of the reasons that that AT&T completely missed the cell phone train, the cell service was not as reliable as landline, and AT&T was never going to ship a product that wasn't as good as their existing products, so they just assumed that cell phones would never catch on. Yep, that makes a lot of sense as well. August 1945, end of World War II. Yep, it was a 4-year war, basically. December 7th, 1941 to August of 1945. So, pretty quick, keeping in mind that World War II had a long lead up before America got into it. It was considered by the American government to be a European problem, and they wanted to stay out of it. So, you have a cute smile, bro. Well, thank you, Polly's Coffee. They're trying to switch all phone lines to VoIP because we have a massive issue with copper theft here. Yeah, copper will always be a huge problem. And the reason is because it's highly conductive. It's very good for producing electronics and building out infrastructure. And there's a lot of demand for it, both domestically and internationally, because there's a huge amount of need for copper in any proper infrastructure system that utilizes electricity. So when you're building out that system, it can suddenly become economically viable to buy scrap copper from another country and ship it overseas. That's happened in China for many, many years now. They've been building out their infrastructure so much they need additional copper. They're willing to buy scrap copper overseas to produce the copper cabling necessary to build their infrastructure. And to a certain degree, that's basically continuing to spread eastward. That's basically continuing to spread westward from China to, you know, countries like India and Pakistan and across the continent of Africa as well. So don't forget that copper is the prettiest metal. Really? I thought gold was the prettiest one. Hence the reason why everybody loves it so much and they make their rings out of it. Look at the movie Independence Day. They had to resort to Morse code at the end of the movie for communications. Yes. Yes, they did. I remember that. I remember watching Independence Day so many times over back whenever it was new. Like, I remember back in the mid to late 90s, it was like, if there's another Will Smith film out, you want to be watching it because he's always in these amazing and fun, you know, action thriller or action sci-fi films type stuff, you know. I remember when Men in Black was super huge and I was just, like, it was the best thing ever. I remember when Independence Day was out and it was like the best thing ever. There are others, but copper is prettier, but it corrodes, so you can't make jewelry out of it. I have a PhD in metal prettiness. What? No no degree in metallurgy? Wild Wild West. Yep, that was another one. I wasn't allowed to see that one. There was a scene where they had the camera right behind a woman's ass when she sat down and she was wearing a thong. I will never forget when I finally got to see that film. There was a very frequently rerun section of that rented tape. Very frequently rewatched section of that VHS tape. Ooh-wee. Anyways, chat, it's time for a coffee break. Ugh. Is there like freshness seal on this? There is a freshness seal on this. Hope this is better than the last set of creamer that I had. The last thing of creamer was like way more expensive and much more annoying. It was more expensive and it didn't really taste all that great. Use the other. Boy, I've lost myself on a tangent. Hello, Ignis. How you doing? ASMR coffee pouring? Hell yeah. It's like the only moment where I'm willing to do an ASMR type thing. ASMR is terrible. I want to rip my headphones off. I want to dig my eardrums out of my ears whenever I hear it most of the time, especially if it's mouth noises. But some sounds nice, you know? Some sounds are nice. The pouring of coffee for a very small amount of time, I think it's fine. The downsides of finally recovering from COVID, catching up on housework. Oh, Bacillus. That is no bueno. ASMR usually makes me cringe. Yeah, same. I'm almost always against ASMR for that reason. It's not pleasant for me. What's it called? Misophonia or something? I forget what the term is, but basically the euphoric feeling that people typically get from ASMR, I get the exact opposite of it. It's horrible. It's rage. It makes me freak out. I don't know if that's better than the old one or not. All right, I have sat here and talked directly into the camera enough. Fun fact, you can hear the difference between cold and hot water being poured. You can? This is interesting and quite fascinating to me. All right, so we need to figure out the okay, yeah, that isn't necessary. The two roads do not need to be exactly the same as one another, but I kind of want to see how much they're diverging from one another. This is like an important thing for me, okay? I'm being unnecessarily, like, stuck on a couple of details here. This isn't gonna last. I gotta go get another pick. It's some combination of water being everywhere in our lives and its thermoviscosity. Okay. I'm gonna have a hell of a time adjusting this. That's done, so... Come up here and start fixing up the red line. Okay, so that means that... Okay, so this is the outer wall here. Okay, that'll do. That'll do fine. Fix up this tunnel, as you do. Okay, well. There we go. Okay, so I think that's right. Yeah, because these torches don't actually mean anything. So we'll have to come back here. Crafting of the mines. Give me a random thing to edit? I don't really understand the question. You mean like me saying something to edit? Why don't you re-edit the Rick roll? Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. That's a good thing to edit. Rick rolls never get old. I Rick roll my wife all the time. Actually, I don't rickroll my wife all the time. I rickroll her less than I should, in all honesty. Alright, that's looking good. Looking good indeed. Alright, go ahead and pave over these. Now that the top and the bottom tunnels are aligned. She would bite you if you did it too much. I mean, she bites me anyway. You're acting like Tev, trying to bite me is some sort of a surprise or unexpected or something that I can prevent at all. I can't. Woo. There we go. Okay, so, the upper tunnel is finished. Now that that's done, I can take that out. I guess this is the way she loves her love munch. Kitty purrs are good for, ASMR. Yeah, I would agree with that. The purring of a cat for ASMR is pretty nice. I like the sound of cat purring. I don't know who wouldn't. If you don't like the sound of a cat purring, there's something wrong with you, bro. I think there's an angry piglin on the other side there. I don't think that I opened that for any particularly good reason. I have a bunch of cobblestone in my inventory. Let's go back down to the bottom line. And let's continue paving. Knew that this was going to be necessary. I do not trust to have the underside of my road to be just straight up netherrack. It is like it is like a fantastic way to induce significant amounts of anxiety, knowing that like just the netherrack is all that's between you and a fiery death. Sometimes that's just the way that it works, but you get me. You get me, I hope. I miss having a cat purr in my ear while I try to sleep. You had a pillow sleeper, did you? Oh, okay. So this is where I'm at. Let us Okay. Go ahead and just... We're just gonna fill this in. I don't want this void space over here. Yep, there you go. It's gonna be bridge all the way through here. There's no getting around it. This is the most awkward type of space to have to dig through, where it's like, yeah, it's solid. It's totally solid up straight through, but you don't get a floor. Like, this is more awkward than just having an entirely open space where it's like, yeah, you could fall and burn at any minute. Oh my god. I thought I was done. Turns out I was wrong. I hope your week has been going relatively well, chat. A bad week is never something that you want. I know at least some of you haven't had the best of week. As has been communicated in your communication with me. Okay, that'll do. Got an oil change scheduled tomorrow. Really? Okay. What do you think when I tell you that I've never had an oil change done on any of the cars that I've ever owned? The fuck, Will? You hate your engines? Okay, okay. I'll stop. I'll stop telling a half truth. I've never had an oil change done. I have never let anyone else do an oil change on my car. All of my cars, I have personally done the oil change. Like, I did an oil change, I think, about 3 weeks ago now, so... Well, that makes it a little better. What do you mean it makes it a little better? How is it only a little better if I have always done all of my own oil changes? How does that make it not as good as paying somebody else to do it for you? Your semantics are concerning. Your semantics worsen the misunderstanding. Finally, I found it. Haha. All right, I knew that the floor here was going to be a problem at some point, but I finally found it. Damn it. Well, at least I found my way to the other station. So now I can craft a handful of more picks. All right, so I have a diesel. My oil is very much oily. Also have a new question. Go on, Cortex. Go on. As a quick aside here, I have been getting so many bots in chat for like the last week or so. I think I've banned 5 users today. Okay? I've banned 5 bots today, I think. Would you rather have a shower you can sit down in or a bathtub you can submerge up to your shoulders? Bathtub. Full stop, the bathtub, because the concept of sitting down in a shower just does not make me comfortable. I don't know why. It makes me feel gross. So, here's the thing. I've had so many bots, and I just got another one. And the statement is, your chat is so dead, even ghosts are leaving. How? This does not sound like a good marketing pitch, you know? Wow, talk about rude. Well, I, for one, like this chat. Good job. Well, I like you too, Mr. Trebuchet. I mean, Mr. Trebuchet. I would like a sit-down shower too. Just have to decide whether it's a seat attached to the wall or if it's in the middle of the shower. Here's the thing. Showers in general, they get grody so fast. Just wherever it is that you bathe. It gets soap scummy and grody so quickly. And for that reason alone, I would never, ever want to, yeah, just that reason alone, I would never, ever, ever actually want to, do the whole... Ugh, yuck. Ugh, yuck. That's all I can say. Ugh, yuck. Important question. To feed my nostalgic self and probably more people, would you ever consider a new Fallout New Vegas playthrough and or stream to glaze the purity of my inner child and the early days? I could. Oh my word. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with going back and playing Fallout New Vegas again. It's just, it is a big and involved game. So, you know, maybe that's what we'll do, assuming that I go back and do another round of charity streaming for Fallout for Hope this year as well. At the end of 2025, if I do charity streaming again, maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do the New Vegas playthrough, because I finished all the DLC for Fallout 4 finally. I went back and I touched on Fallout 3 in 2023. Maybe it's time for me to go back and play through New Vegas again, you know? Do that in a stream setting rather than in a... Oh, for fuck's sake, you spawned on top of me, you prick. Bring forth the fish boyfriend. May his reign last as long as our collective thirst. For fuck's sake. Basilisk. Can chat decide the build? You know, I've played enough New Vegas at this point that I would say yes. I would say yes. Chat can totally decide the build, because all the builds are freaking legit in New Vegas. Because the game is actually balanced. And I would probably base what the build is on donations, because it would all be for charity after all. All hail Prince Sidon. I shall be expecting you with joy and happily looking forward to feeling like I was 10 again, looking at your best gun guides. Oh Lord, the patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter flag. I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, come on, man. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. That was one that always freaking drove me nuts. The fact that so many NPCs said nuclear. What in the... Oh, right. Okay, so the space to the left and the right of this road. Okay. Oh, that's a fun and awkward thing. I'm gonna have to come through and do some work here. I used to clear out all non-essential NPCs from areas on the map to farm experience, since sneak attacks didn't aggro others or lose reputation in New Vegas. What is our destination for this highway? This is basically the highway that goes to Strife Solutions. The Solution Tower is the ultimate destination of this highway. As it currently stands. Unfortunately, I'm giving piglins access to the highway again. And further unfortunate is the fact that the mushroom forest is butting up against the highway as close as it is. It means that I'm gonna have to come through and I'm gonna have to come through, rip out the mushrooms, and I'm gonna have to redo this forest. Which is a real shame because this has been a staple. I had to manually grow this forest in the Nether back when the Nether was... There was nothing here. You know, there was no greenery, there was no growth. It always struck me as a little bit odd that they never had anything growing in the Nether when, you know, a bunch of this stuff. It always struck me as a bit odd that they never had these mushrooms growing in the Nether, because the light level is low enough for it, and that made a whole lot of sense back in the day when, you know, before they did their major Nether updates that involved, you know, adding bastions and modifying zombie pigmen, turning them into zombified piglins, all that stuff. All roads lead to Strife. I was worried Quartermaster Maze would get suspicious when I came every day giving him 40 plus NCR tags and caps, but I guess my covert skills outmatched his perception level. I think your covert skills would need less work in that scenario and more charisma. Greetings, Strife. Hello, Doomsday. How you doing? Have we seen a Mulder in here? Has there been a Mulderlock who's shown up today? I get the feeling that we haven't seen a Mulder. So basically, the Nether highway has spaces. The portals are roughly 300 blocks apart. Now, it's not that much of a run to go from to go between portals that are 300 blocks apart. 300 blocks is not a very far run. So I'm starting to give another... Ooh, my Akita Storm. They've subscribed for 69 months. Well, hello, Will and everyone. Hello to you as well, Akita Storm. You've got the sex number on you. Hello, Akira. How you doing? Shouldn't have used that pix for so long. Redeem accent. How about Cowboy Solutions, man? Cowboy, jeez. What do you want? Like a John Marsden or an Arthur Morgan or something? Works with all the New Vegas talk. God. Alright, I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen. Huh. Well, that was fast. Just 13 minutes ago, we received your report. Thank you for submitting a report about someone who broke community guidelines. Basically one of the bots, okay? I was actually finally like, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna freaking report this bot. So I did. And just now, that was 13 minutes ago. Okay, we received your report. Right now, hey, we've taken action on that report that you submitted. That was very fast. That was really fast. All right. They have been quick. All right. Yeah, giddy up, little doggies. I'm on. We're out here. We're in the Nether. And we're gonna dig our way to some gold. Maybe I should be blasting away with dynamite. I'm guessing that my accent is not exactly all that best. Yeah. Step away and we're all talking about accents for New Vegas already. Woohoo! Speaking of which, you know what I got the other day? Well, I didn't get it the other day. What I got the other day was I bought myself a copy of Red Dead Redemption 1. Cause I haven't played that in so long. So I have plenty of time to enjoy myself with some cowboy fun, if you will. Bless you, and that fart sound. Wait, what fart sound? What fart sound are you talking about, partner? I'd be so down for a New Vegas roleplay with this accent. Maybe that's what I end up doing at the end of it. It did sound like you made a fart. Was that the way that my sneeze came through? Balls. I need more picks than just that. I need like 5 more picks or something. I'm sitting over here trying not to sneeze my face off. Because of all the allergens that are up in the air today. Excuse me. I got touched by the lava. I will extinguish eventually. Woo! Roasty as a fresh calf in the hot sun. Burned like a freaking match that I lit on my boot. You have a bucket of water with Basilisk? You know that water doesn't work in the nether. I always question when I try to get it, I always question when I try to do a gruff voice if it sounds like a hick accent since I'm from Oklahoma. I mean, basically, the whole concept of cowboy is that if you're closer to the closer you are to Texas, the more cowboy you're supposed to sound, right? That's the way that it works. I'm sick of fixing these pigs up. Well, that's the sound of a Tev getting up and walking around the house. Reminds me of Victor. Oh yeah, Victor! The Securitron who stalks you all throughout the game, right? Man, I haven't thought of Victor in a long time.
He told me to interrupt you with my presence about food.
Oh, right. In that case, no. If you're about to leave,
I don't know. I'm not awake yet.
are you not awake yet to go out and get food?
Nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
I'm confused.
You're doing the accent at me.
Oh, okay. All right, I will pause the timers so they get their full accent.
Okay.
In fact, I will put on the BRB screen and mute myself. All right. Dinner discussions have been made. Lunch discussions have happened. And my nose decided to explode, so I had to take some extra time. Ugh. Lick de bread. I mean, the bread is good. Hello, Jiggleham. How you doing? Owie. So here's an interesting detail, chat. I made I baked another loaf of bread this week, and instead of using water or like leftover whey from making butter, I used concentrated coffee from a mocha pot. It didn't turn out as well as I thought, sadly. The bread, that's Strife's ass off. So unfortunately, bread being like made with coffee in place of the water didn't work as well as I thought. It worked fine. So coffee bread, more or less. Here's the big problem. Grounds sometimes get through the mocha pot's filter. So I keep crunching into grounds that don't want to grind up, and that's a problem. It's made the coffee more it's made the bread more bitter. It's made the bread less sweet, more bitter. Not necessarily a good outcome either. So I don't think that replacing the liquid with coffee when making bread is really all that good of an idea. Kind of unfortunate how that works out, you know? Oh, right. Okay, this is where I left off. I couldn't remember what I was doing. Right. And chat, you know what? I feel like I should let everybody know that I think there's a relatively high chance that there will be no stream this evening. I'm not saying there for certain won't be. What I am saying is that I can't. I've got an intuitive feeling that there probably is not going to. I think there's going to be scheduling conflicts. One of those situations where it's like, I haven't really clarified this, but I get this really distinct feeling. And it's a feeling that you get specifically from the time that you've spent doing these things and coordinating and planning them. It's like, I don't know, man. Elevated unlikeliness is the best way for me to phrase it. Definitely not a certainty. But I just wanted to air that concern. And chat, you want to stick around until the very end of the stream, okay? Gotta head to work. Farewell for now. Hey, have a good rest of your day, Cortex. Hope to see you again on Monday, if nothing else. Shame but understandable. Life comes at you, you know? Life happens. And sometimes people don't have the time or the energy or whatever, so... There goes all of the freaking netherrack that was down in the tunnel. Oh, that's right. The accent wasn't done. So we'll just continue that right now. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Nothing is ruined. If anything, everything is exactly the way that it's meant to be right now. Worry not about the weird speech patterns coming out of my mouth. And I've actually maxed out. I gotta drag all of this stuff back and return for additional mining. I might have enough cobblestone to finish the job. Gonna be a hell of a process, though. Zombified piglins everywhere. Alright. Once again, we return to the overworld. Gonna have another huge quantity of mining to do here. Hello, Ratchet. You looking for your kibble? That seems to be satisfying the boy. Munch, munch, munch. Probably get a refresher on my food here. And we'll make some replacement picks while I'm at it. When I hear the name Victor, I think of the guy from Smoke Signals. And being indigenous makes it so much funnier. Alright. Back to the nether we go. Yeah, down this way. Lost my train of thought there. Couldn't remember what I was getting up to. Don't worry, it's all good now. Alright then. Back to it. Well, this is going to be a wonderfully awkward thing to be building through. Didn't mean to have that break. Oh, well, not much to be done about it. I hope y'all's had some good times down there in chat today. Enjoying the company and all that stuff. Alright, I'm headed for a dangerous section of the work now. My nerves are shot already. Look at that. All right, here we go. Let's clean this upper level off first, and then it goes to the lower section there, because it's gonna real quick turn into a very nasty, dangerous situation, you know, where if I take out a single block, all of a sudden it's nothing but a void beneath me, nothing but the lava ocean, and I gotta be careful about that. This is a long process. See, that is the shit right there that I'm talking about. And you know what? You got more accent than you bought. So you got a really, really good deal there. Flag change is done. The accent is done. All right, there we go. All right, chat. I have a question for you. What do you think? What do you think I am going to have for lunch? Sushi? No, it is not going to be sushi. If not, then either gyros or burger. Have I become that predictable? Holy crap! That seems to be what you get on Saturday. I haven't had gyros in a hot minute, in all honesty. Although, you know, I am really not looking forward to heading out and doing grocery shopping today because of how my allergies are acting up. We have a package opening to get to at the end of the stream as well, chat. So remember to hang out until the very end. I'm going to open something that came off of the wish list, and we'll see whether or not, we'll see what type of glorious, joyous time is in store. Yeah? Good luck with shopping. Oh, man. I'm just gonna be suffering the entire time. And the thing is, like, whenever I go to grocery stores and stuff, I just naturally mask up now. I don't step out of the house without masking pretty much ever. Because basically with the pandemic happening, I stopped, like, I haven't had a cold since the pandemic happened. And I mostly attribute it to the fact that I've just been, I mask all the time now, and I'm like, nah, if it means that I don't get colds and I don't feel like, here's the deal. I don't have a problem with missing work because I'm ill. That is not an issue. I can deal with that. I can manage it. What I'm not okay with is the part where you feel like utter and complete crap the whole time that you're missing, that you're out, from your job. So missing the time at work because you feel like crap is the worst part. It's like, I'm not getting paid well. Luckily, I get paid sick leave, but I'm not getting paid well, and I feel like crap. Like, avoiding feeling like crap the whole time is what I do. So, like, I'm like, you know what? People are nasty. People are disgusting. I'm gonna wear a mask every single time I leave this house now. So, like, I still mask when I'm at work. I'm like, I don't know where the rest of you fuckers have been. I want a freaking mask over this face. I don't want to pick up a cold and feel like crap again for, who knows how long. So what I'm not looking forward to is the part where I go out to the grocery store today, masked up, and I can't stop sneezing. Because something that I have come to understand is that if you sound sick when you have a mask on, people treat you like you have the fucking plague. Like you have the Black Death on you, Meanwhile, if you are coughing if you're coughing your lungs out and like hacking and spitting and you don't have a mask on, people do not give you a second look. It is weird. It is so weird. The mask represents illness. Not wearing a mask represents health, even when you can't stop coughing. It is freaking weird. All right, let's get some more picks in here. Should I stash some netherrack up in here? Let's go ahead and stash netherrack here. You know what? I've got just enough stick for one additional pick. Stick for pick. Pick for stick. Alright. Shit's about to get real. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. No? Okay. Start losing all the netherrack. Excuse me. Hello, Rigger. How you doing? Greetings and welcome to the stream. Oh my god, my music list ended. Didn't think that that would happen. Alright, while I'm not in any immediate danger, let me find a new playlist, yeah? Minecraft music was nice. Gonna have to modify this one. So this will do for the time, though. Doing good, thanks. Well, hey, I hope that you enjoy yourself while you're here. Oh, boy. Okay. I knew that working on this freaking tunnel was going to be a pain in the butt, but my paranoia involving the possibility of falling into the freaking lava. Oh my god, hello squid. Greetings to you. Alright, there we go. I knew that that was going to have to happen again. Okay then. Yeah, of course that's the way that it works. Hey, baseball fan, greetings and welcome. I didn't get a raid or anything, did I? Doesn't look like it. I will, baseball fan Basil. Where is the nether tunnel leading to? So, this is a very old server. This server is running 121.1. And I have been building on it since before the 1.0 release of Minecraft. So the way that I connect the world is by building nether portals far enough apart that they lead to completely new locations. And I use the nether portals in the world to... I use the nether portals to traverse great distances across the server. Wait, is that the name of the stream? Tunnel to Nowhere? Train to Nowhere, yeah. Train to Nowhere is the name of the stream. I forgot about that. Okay, so, the tunnel, this is the raw tunnel that I am digging to build a rail line to get between some of the portals faster because I have so many of them at this point. If you are interested in learning more, I don't advise that you check it out right this moment, enjoy the stream, etc. But if you type in exclamation tour, T-O-U-R, exclamation tour, you can find a half-hour video detailing the various locations of the server and how this, and its backstory, basically. Maybe add that to your watch later playlist or something. It's interesting. So... I'm just going to lose all of this netherrack. None of it is coming back to me. So let's just not even try. We'll just rip everything out and we'll live with the loss. Willie has deep lore. You don't know the half of it. Step back to a relatively safer spot. I think I'm gonna have just enough netherrack to finish up this bridgeway. Because this should be the last of it. This should be the last of it. Like, the tunnel still has a long way yet to go in that direction. But, like, connecting up to the section that was already dug appears to be, Alright, Piglin. Get the fuck out of here. Standing in my way. Spawning in my freaking rail tunnel. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Woo. Getting ready for the new stuff then? Not necessarily. There's just so much that's been connected together. Basically, every new location that I build on the server is supposed to have a different focused purpose. So, like, there is a location where it's like, no, the entire purpose of the quote-unquote town here is that it grows tons of netherwort, you know? So, every location does something a little bit different. And I haven't even gotten to everything. I have plans for, like, building a prismarine farm at some point. Not my place to know the half of it. Who do I look like? Lore Keeper Luna? Luna does love keeping track of the lore. That is absolutely her prerogative. And you know what? I've got no problem with that. People love that stuff. That's the reason why I keep writing and doing series and whatnot. Alright. The rest of that can get fucked. I do not want the rest of that. Okay, so this section of the tunnel is finished. I'm gonna have to do some work on the overland route. May as well rip this out while I'm here. I could go back and get my good equipment, but stone is good enough, and I do not care enough about that quartz. She is a werewolf. Oh, for squid. Squid. Anyone for roasted pork? Man, I was doing a little bit of like I was at the grocery store, I think about a month ago here, okay? And they had a pork loin, okay? They had an absurdly large pork loin for $20, okay? It was like 20 bucks for a pork loin, and I was like, that's not a cheap cut of meat. But that's a lot of pork, so I was doing the calculations. So now we have, I think we still have 4 pounds of pork in the freezer downstairs. And it's just like, how exactly are we going to use this stuff? Because when Tev took the first, like when she took it out of its original packaging and portioned it up, and she turned it into pulled pork. She turned it into barbecue, slow cooked pulled pork. And that's what we had for that particular week. The way that we do it is that we typically try to limit how much meat that we eat because it's so expensive. And it fills us up, and it's the last thing that we want to end up throwing out. So we do our best to like limit how much meat we eat within a certain week. And we also tend to we try to vary our meals where it's like, okay, well, we'll get 2 different types of meat. We'll like use maybe half of it, and the other half of it is going to get frozen and whatnot. So the whole point of this is that we do 2 meals every single week. So there's enough to like cook 2 meals of one and then 2 meals of the other dish. So we alternate back and forth. It's like meal A on Monday, meal B on Tuesday, meal A on Wednesday, meal B on Thursday, and then Friday is like whatever is available in the kitchen that's like from frozen, you know, like a frozen pizza. Or maybe we're feeling like we really need something special and we like get a pizza from like Domino's or something on Friday. So that's the way that we work. Anyways, she makes this pulled pork, and it's like, okay, that's a lot of beef, or that's a lot of pork. How long is it gonna last us? We go the whole week eating nothing but pulled pork. Nothing but pulled pork. We cannot get away from the pulled pork. There's so much of it all week. I envy you right now. Borderline psychopathic. All right, let's rip out some more of the floor in the station, because this is something that does need to get done no matter what. The floor has got to come out. I don't think I'm at risk for, like, finding a hole that just turns into a pit. An instantaneous drop into the lava ocean. But you can never be too careful. Alright, I think I can stop crouching as long as I utilize the don't touch the move button. Like, don't move and mine at the same time. That's such a good tip whenever you're in the nether. It's like, are you mining? Yes. Let go of the keys that move your character. Stand still. That way you don't have the possibility of just, you know, like, mindlessly holding forward and mining over and over and over, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, I just opened up a pit and I walked immediately into it because I was on auto drive. Oh, I'm so ready to get rid of all of you. Man, I haven't even started on the south line yet. Jeez. frankly, I don't know that the South Line needs to get worked on in any capacity for a long time yet to come. I think the South Line is kind of pointless at current for the simple reason... I did not mean to do that. I think the South Line is entirely not worth digging because there's nothing to the south. Of all the cardinal directions on the server, the south is the one with the least amount of anything happening on it. The wall is looking nice. Oh, you mean the inside walls here? That's it's a sight. It's a sight to behold, I guess. So like the exterior of the cross, the hub house is pretty nice. Where you can see it anyway. Obviously, the highway has been designed in such a manner to ensure maximum safety. So I've got to make additional slabs. Do I have spare slabs sitting around back in the portal house? Yes, I do. I do have additional slabs. That's nice. Not many, but it'll... You know what? If I'm gonna do this, let's just go ahead and unload all of the netherrack that I have. I gotta smelt this stuff up at some point, so... To date, still, the biggest annoyance is the fact that I cannot rapidly smelt stone inside of a blast furnace. If I'm not mistaken, I think that that's still the way that it works. Can't rapid smelt things in the blast furnace when it comes to... it's night, I may as well get a bit of a sleep in, too. Going in blind. Gonna play some Mass Effect 1 for the first time. Really? That game felt aged whenever I first played it. And I first played it whenever it was, gonna drive me nuts. There. Mass Effect 1 felt dated whenever I first played it, and I first picked that game up when Mass Effect 2 was, like, relatively new. Like, I think it was, like, more, around a year since it first came out. Just patch all of these up. Now, here's a mechanic that I really wish was available in Vintage Story, my word. I've played so much Vintage Story over the last couple of months. Alright, so... go ahead and use the stone cutter down here first. Hopefully that's enough. I don't think I'm gonna need more than that to finish slabbing the upper path. At least the upper highway is finished and complete. So here's an interesting detail, okay? A lot, like, not every location on this server has a story behind it. Well, every location has a story behind it. But not every location on this server has a, like, YouTube series behind it showing its construction. But there are... Ooh... What is it? There's Twin Towns. There's the Solution Tower. And there's Crossroads. Yeah. So at least 3 of the locations on this server that I can visit and I can potentially show off whenever I'm playing the game, have entire full-fledged story-driven Minecraft series on YouTube that you can watch. And 2 of them run in sequence to one another for the development of a long-running story here. All right, so we're almost done with the overland route here. I've got to rip out some of these mushrooms that I've grown to protect the highway and make it safer. I think I can get away with not removing... Okay, so this is one that's going to have to get removed. This is one that's going to have to get removed. I think nearly all of the stuff on the right side here, or rather the east side of the road, is going to have to come out. So this is what I'm thinking, okay, chat? I am thinking that what's going to happen is that I am going to do every other location for a rail stop. So this here is the Nordic Hamlet, okay? So the Nordic Hamlet, I think, has... I don't think that there's any value in... I don't think that there's any value in placing a station 300 blocks away from the original portal. I think that that's not a bad distance to run at any moment. So that means that the Nordic Hamlet gets bypassed. It has no business having its own stop or station, okay? It'll have like a utility space for you to get jump out of the cart if you want to, but it won't have a full-fledged station. And then, which means that instead of having a station there, the first station on the north line is going to be Tev's Place. Tev's Place will get a stop, a dedicated station. Because, I don't know about you, but like the distance that I'm running right now, it's a little bit on the annoying side. But just for one location, I think it works fine. This, like, running from the origin to this spot for Tev's Place is another story. Like, I think that this is going to get an entire dedicated stop. And then there's an empty portal in this in this direction. And then the next portal is Strife Solutions. So... Yeah. I think that this basically encourages additional use of the overland route, okay? Like the normal highway, not the rail line, because I want to encourage use of both the normal highway here and the rail line. All right, I'm going to bounce. Have a good one and see ya. Hey, it was nice to have you along for the ride, Jiggle Ham. I hope your ham jiggles just fine the rest of the day. Playing Skyrim SSE. Special edition. And I hear Gast turned around in game to try and fight it. All right, well, that I think I've more or less hit the finishing point for this stretch of the highway, and what I'm gonna do today. I think what I'm gonna focus my energy on now is trying to finish the design of the main rail station here at spawn. So now I have to figure out what the floor is going to look like. I need to figure out what the Let's go ahead and rip out a bunch of let's rip out all this cobblestone because I don't need this stuff. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a transitional space here as well. I'm gonna need more cobblestone, that's for certain. Well, I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need more cobblestone stairs. I need to do something with the roof. The ceiling can be made out of whatever the hell I want it to be made out of. What matters is that I have continuity in it, because the entirety of the upper space is slabbed, so nothing will spawn, which means it's just a matter of removing the full blocks that I have in place and replacing them with something more appropriate. There's a bunch of granite that's part of the outside design, which is not repeated on the inside corner because it's embedded in the netherrack. So let's, I think, grab... Got polished andesite. We'll grab this. We've got tough. We've got granite. We got diorite. Got chiseled stone. Okay, well, I think I've got everything that I need. Oh man, it's March 1st. Can you believe it? March already. This means that I can actually, like, go in and start spending some of my funds because of my, my accounting practices. Okay, so let's see. That was 1, 2, 3. So... six, 7, 8. Okay, so we'll get 8 polished granite. How do I continue to work this out? What if we just do like a full band of granite right around the edges here? Let's just keep edging. I know that you guys, I know that you love watching me edge, chat. It's the #1 thing that you show up for. Couldn't be more entertaining. I think it also makes a decent amount of sense to continue the aesthetic that exists in the rest of the station, to just, you know, basically repeat that. So 5, 10, 5, 10, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, so we get 36 more polished granites. Man, so many freaking ghasts. You really want the world to burn there, don't you, Basilisk? Oh, no. Miscalculated by 1. Well, what can you do? Burn the world? No. Okay. So, now that that's done, cause a little mischief every so often. I see what you're doing. Okay, I've got to resource packs, open resource pack folder. Go up a level, screenshots. Go ahead and check out my skeet shots. There we go. / roll a d20. What are you rolling a d20 for? Did you mistell? Did you mistell? Skeet shots? At least somebody picked up on that joke. I did find an alligator in web fishing about a day after Tev's community stream. Oh no. Was chatting in Discord. Ah. Okay. So, I don't think that I want to be ripping things out with just stone picks anymore. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the overworld and grab at least one of my good picks to speed along this this construction process. All right, who's causing chaos? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Man, every time I come back to the overworld, it's always night. That's weird. Woo! Okay. I'm gonna get the silk touch pick. Shmeenus. That is something that is never going to go away. Shmeenus. Good old Shmeenus. May it endure, you know? The hilarity which is Shmeenus. Taking the ceiling out is actually an enormous project because it's just far enough away to be really freaking annoying to mine. Oh, at least the netherrack comes out fast. Whoops. Go. Praise Shminis. Praise be the Shminis, for it shmeens upon us every day. As I was saying, praise the Shminis, may it shmeen upon us every single day. For when the Shminis shmeens, we shall enjoy our means. Okay. I am thinking we're gonna need gold to make this work. Yeah, we're gonna need gold to make this work. We're gonna need gold, we're gonna need emerald, and we're gonna need lapis lazuli to make this function properly. We are gonna use diorite next. We're gonna use diorite and granite for this mostly. So more diorite. We'll grab up the rest of the diorite. We're gonna pop back through the portal and we're gonna grab some granite as well. Time to granite. Is there anything left here? Oh, we got some. What do we got? There is actually additional granite here. I'll take that as well. I don't think I'm going to need all of it, but I'm taking it anyway. Alright, cool. So, carry on. Hello. Did you want kibble or did you want lap? No, you want kibble. Yeah, you want kibble. Oh, you foozy boy. You utterly foozy boy. All right. I should have grabbed up the other blocks that I need, but whatever. First things first. We are going to... Okay, we're going to grab some temp stone. And that's just going to be the nether rack, which is going to be used as temp stone. Thank you. The holy hero.
Would one of those be enough?
And the extra tzatziki. I
They
have
only
no
gave us
idea.
3 instead of 4 like usual.
Oh, that's a disappointment. But thank you so much. I'll enjoy what you enjoy, okay? What did you say?
I said I'm gonna go sit.
Oh, I thought you were gonna get sleep.
Wish I could get more sleep.
Oh my god, like it was something else. I'll keep this. You don't like the smell of it. You don't need that whenever you're eating at your desk. I start streaming, you know, and of course, like I've got a brand new camera and it's cleaner. It's like you can tell the difference
Yeah,
by looking
I've
at the
noticed
display.
the difference.
So something that I hadn't seen yet was the quality of fidelity on fur,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
because of the upgrade of the camera. So Ratchet at some point is like, I want in your lap. So, you know, I'm holding him and I look over at the display and I'm just like, oh my
You
god,
can see it.
I can see so much more detail in his coat. It's insane. This is all that exists of Tev. Okay? It's fascinating. Well, technically, this is all that exists of Tev. 2 hands. Okay?
Hands.
That's all. There's non-corporeal is the rest of it. It's a little bit like
Mal, hello.
yeah, Mal's been hanging out the whole time.
Yeah, it's Mal.
Tev is a little bit like she's more sophisticated than Thing from the Addams Family. Hands, but there's also a voice and you don't know where it comes from.
Okay. I won't argue this. Hey, cuteness.
Love you.
Love you.
All right, chat. Ooh, dear. My headphone cord almost knocked the gyro and the extra tzatziki sauce off of the counter. Okay. Ooh, that's way too much. Oh boy. Hello, Harker. How you doing? Harker is a cat that doesn't like to be picked up. Sadly, you will continue to never see him on camera. Ugh. Watch him hop up one day.
Okay, turns out there was a 4th one. It was just in my burger tin thing.
Oh,
burger
like-
backs.
What are those called? Did they give us?
Euro burger?
No, the
Oh,
clamshell.
The sandwich.
Yeah.
box.
And is there a different name for it based on whether it's paper or styrofoam?
I don't know.
A takeout box is all I call it.
I just now described it as a burger box. I don't know.
Love you.
Love you too. Mwah.
Hey, Harker. Harker. Hey there, buddy. Hey, Harker. 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 Do you want up here? Come on. Could I convince you to come up here? No. Nope. He's totally looking away. I try, but he is nowhere near as much of a lap cat. Aye. Okay. Yeah, he's too frisky right now. He tapped my hand. No kibby for you. He is very like, he's getting there, but he's still a bit claws out, you know? So anyway, let's did I have additional no, there are no diorite stairs here. All right, I'm gonna make just a straight up stack of diorite stairs, and we're gonna work with the roof a bit. What am I doing? Okay, so polished diorite stairs. Okay, so ooh la la. Okay, cool. Reverend Mal just subscribed with Prime, subscribed for 14 months. Thank you so much for that subscription, Mal. It's good to know that I'm worth both your time and your money. It is great to have you along for the ride. Welcome to the stream and enjoy yourself while you are here. Okay. Ah! I forgot that there was a track in this. I forgot that there was a song in this soundtrack that sounds like a balloon losing its air slowly. In my TFC pack, I gave up on looking for casterite. Decided to just put in extra effort and just make bismuth bronze from the things I be doing. I went 10,000 out and still couldn't find tin. Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds about what the experience with just good old normal that sounds a very similar experience to what you get with Vintage Story. So I'm not surprised at all that Terra Firma does the exact same freaking thing. Okay, so this is where I'm kind of should I be doing this? I'm not abundantly certain. Oh dear. Is it possible for this to... Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie, dear. It refuses to work. Yeah, it just straight up refuses to work there. That is weird. Oops. Might work better in the backwards order. Well, that's just it. Like, okay, it's good. It's good. It's good. No way. Am I actually forcing it to work now? Or am I just forcing the problem down to it? Oh, fuck. The fuck went there? I guess. No, it wasn't that. What happened to the block that was up here? There should be some polished diorite in my inventory. What the hell happened? Ah. What happened to the polished diorite? Oh, it's all stair. Oh my god. Oops, all stairs. Not realizing my own designs. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hypothetical question. You go to the afterlife and learn that there's a building with all of recorded history. What would you look up first? God, that's a question and a half. Get rid of those two pieces. That's fine. That's fucking fine. God. I screwed the corners just a tiny bit, and I'm paying for it dearly. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Ugh. Is that correct? That looks correct. Okay, cool. This block does not matter. Nobody is going to see it anyway. Fuck. See, it did it again. Fuck. Yeah, I can't do this design. If I do this, it constantly does that to the stair. And if I try to like move it to make it work, I just push it down the line to the other spot where it does the same thing. Shit. Oh god, this is so much food. It is a lot of food. In fact, let's take a brief break here. I'm gonna stop that. Chat. I knew that corner was just gonna push the opposite corner. Yeah, unfortunately. I kind of felt like that was gonna be the case. All right, chat, listen. I don't want to eat on camera. I don't want to eat on camera, and I'm kind of sick of futzing with this ceiling and everything right now. I don't want to work out this ceiling on stream, okay? And I've been going for 3.5 hours right now. So I'm going to say that now is a perfectly fine time to stop. Okay? So I hope that you guys will just be contented with how much I've done. Right? Sounds good. See you next time. Okay, so before we stop, there is one important thing that needs to happen. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from the server. It was a lot. 3.5 hours is a long one. Is long for one sitting. It can be. It can be. So here's the deal, chat. Before I do squats or anything, I have a package to open. I have le package to open. All right. Move that euro out of the way. This package needs to be opened, and I wanted to put it at the end of the stream so that the person who I'm pretty certain purchased this has the opportunity to come along and check out the VOD very easily and find out what exactly is inside of this thing. The package that almost blew away in the wind. It heckin' windy? It was earlier this week. Holy crap, it was like the house was groaning from all the wind. Anyways, I'm going to open this. It's got to be something ridiculous because it almost blew away in the wind. I don't think there was anything on the wish list that wasn't ridiculous that was this wispy. Okay. Is there a tear strip on this? There is not. There is no tear strip. All right. That was easy enough. All right. We've got... Okay. A gift for you. Okay. So... got a tiny piece of message in there. What is this? Gag gift, yellow. I believe describing this as a cocksock would be extremely accurate. Okay, well, you know what? It's gonna awkwardly dangle, but, There we go. There we go. Maybe I need to find some stuffing. Put it in there. A little bit of styrofoam or whatever. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's high quality. I have some stuffing you can use. Tev. Tev. Terms of service chicken. I meant polyfill stuffing, you nerd. God. Oh my god. Oh my word. All right. There it is at the end of the stream, the opening, the unboxing of said gift. I want to give a big thanks to, I believe, let's see, Mulder, I believe, is the one who purchased it. So, you know what? You know what I need now? I need a yellow chicken, just the neck and the face of a chicken in the most basic version possible, that with the beak wide open and it just says TOS on the bottom of it. That needs to be an emote now. The terms of service chicken. Oh my god. What is this? Sexy novelty thong. Funny chicken G-string. Well, there you go. Okay. The sock is looking at Sidon suspiciously. They get along quite well. Oh my god. Okay, chat. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get to my squats, and just as a reminder to all of you, Ratchet is inspecting the packaging on the floor. He's crunching on things. Just as a reminder, I do not know what the likelihood of a stream this evening is. I know that things are a little bit up in the air. At least one person has said not tonight. So if you get another stream this evening, you will be wildly lucky. Do not count on it, okay? That's your heads up, as it were. So how many squats do we have to get done? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 squats. Okay, 30 squats is what I'm doing. So I'm going to have to scare the dickens out of Ratchet by moving this chair right next to him. All right, chat, it's 30 squats, and then I'm out, and hopefully I'll see you on Monday, if nothing else. Until then, though, take care of yourselves and stay happy and stay healthy. Let's go ahead and get those squats done. High def squats. The cam just aggressively refocusing with each squat. Oh dear. Well, that's a thing. Maybe I'll be able to position it better next time. I think it's because my arm was constantly doing the squats right in front of it instead of, oh yeah, it's kind of doing it. Yeah, I saw it doing it. Oh, wait. All right, chat, you've been wonderful. Zouchin, I'm so sorry. You just showed up at the end of the stream again. I am so sorry for that. My word. Well, if you're wildly lucky, you'll see me again this evening. No guarantees about that. Chances are, I'm banking on it not happening. I just got this intuition feeling, but I'll see if I can get something going. It's my fault. I brought back delicious foods, which is perfectly fine. I'm ready to eat this. I want to chew on it before it gets cold. All right, chat, you've been a wonderful and a lovely audience. I will at the very least see you on Monday. Until then, take care of yourselves. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, stay sane.